Welcome to 530 Gold Mining, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Mike. If this is your first time at the channel, appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully we got some gold to show you today. If you're a recurring visitor, awesome. We appreciate the support. This is Steve right here with us. A lot of you recognize Steve. He's out here. He's one of the original guys. 530 is kind of his thing. So we're just piggybacking on it. Israel's on his way out. He's going to be here shortly. But yeah, we're going to start the day while we wait for Israel at a familiar area. Pulled a 2-grammer right at the base of this tree last year. So it's been raining a bunch. See if something else falls out of the wall. Yeah, stay busy till Israel gets here. See what we can dig up. Alrighty, second target of the day. Looks like a blue jean rivet. Can't quite make out what it says on there yet. I got to clean that a little bit more. But pretty cool find. It's not gold, but relics are alright. I like relics. So I'll see if I can clean that up a little bit later. See what it says on it, but wasn't very deep. Just sitting right there. Right under the edge of these piles where I was wanting to work, so I don't know how we all missed that. It was a nice loud target. Steve's up there. Big old boulder, but he's looking for something. See what else is in here. So, just continuing on down. Right where I was hoping it would be. Our first little piece of gold for the day. It's a tiny guy. Hopefully it's the first of many. But doing better than my last trip here so far. That probably weighs more than the 2 pieces I got last time. So yeah, let's keep doing it. It's kind of crazy looking. Several years later after a fire, and there's still a big old tree well here. You can see, I back up a little bit. You can kind of see the orientation, right? All the different roots going out. But it's one of those hazards you got to think of when you're walking out here, because you'll be standing over there, and all of a sudden you'll just drop into one of these big root cavities. Kind of cool though. Oh well, we went ahead and moved. Found that 1 piece, but not much else. Mr. Israel's here now. You see him walking away over there. Steve's up behind me. He's working. I'm going to see what I can find around here. We've pulled a few pieces, but we haven't worked this area super hard, so it's good to go. So here's one of those kind of frustrating situations, right, where the ground that we're working is super hot, so it's kind of hard to tell sometimes if it's just the ground or if it's a target. So what do you think in this situation? Is this the ground or is this a target? I'm thinking it's just the ground, but let's scratch it a bit more and see if anything gets louder. Okay, I got it scratched back. Let's give it another swing, see if we can hear anything.
God damn. Just pick up a little tiny flake.
What's that, Steve?
Just pick up a little tiny flake.
Little tiny flake.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Right on the surface, really, though.
Yeah. I'm not hearing much. Hear that? There's still just the most faint of targets right there. But I don't really hear anything now, which makes me think that was hot ground. I'll scratch this a little bit more where it's still making a bit of noise, but it's probably nothing. I'll show you something if it is something. There's some pretty cool geology going on here. Right in front of your eyes. So you can see the bedrock, right? And there's all these kind of intrusive bodies going through it, and then there's all these little quartz stringers just coming up all over the place. And they're clearly much harder than the surrounding host rock because they just come up like little fins. Pretty interesting looking though. It's definitely it's got some mineralization. Got a lot of iron and stuff going on. But yeah, they just keep going. I mean, there's tons of them. Pretty big. Another one over here. Pretty big. Obviously, I'm swinging on them. Trying to see if there's anything making noise, but not yet. But there's 3 of us out here, so if one of these things is dropping gold out, we'll probably find it. Stay tuned. Yeah, it's kind of funny. So I was just showing you guys these quartz veins, and right below them, right there. Hi, Ranger. There you go, little piece. No, this piece did not come from these quartz veins. It came from the placer deposit above them. But it would be nice to find a piece of specimen gold today. But I'll take a second piece. That's better than these guys are doing yet, so yeehaw. Okay, so that last piece was right there, middle screen. And here's another nice target. That one sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna go get the GoPro and get it set up, and let's dig it together. All right. And yeah, I only switched it to auto mode on the detector so I don't annoy the guys with the speaker on. Normally I would run it on the highest manual sensitivity so I get the tone all the time. But it's kind of obnoxious for everybody else. And there we go. In my hand, in the scoop, in my hand, in the scoop. Ah, of course, now that I'm filming, it's a piece of lead. Oh well, let's keep going. Alrighty. I just moved this rock because I thought I heard something, and there's definitely a target down here. Got the right sound. Let's see what it is. And we got a piece of gold. All right. That is number 3 for the day. About the same size as the other one, honestly. Sitting underneath these rocks, right? I kind of swung over it and heard just the faintest of a wobble and kicked a couple of them out of the way, and there was a little bit more of a target. And there's a piece of gold. You can see filming out here is kind of tricky. You gotta kind of weight the tripod down a little bit. A lot more hillside to check out though, so let's keep working. Okay, so just found gold there, right? So here's the first thing you should do. Get these out of the way. And then check under them. Because there's a piece there, there could be some pieces there. And so on and so forth. Alright, so we had gold. We had gold. And we've got another nice target. Listen to this one. Let's give it a dig. It's in the scoop. So it's getting louder. It's usually a good sign. Need to keep my big mouth shut because it's another piece of lead. Still down in there. Got some zip zap to it. It's nothing obvious. Oh, now it is. Now it's kind of obvious. Look at that one. That's half decent. That's the best one of the day. So I stopped filming for a while because I was on a trash streak. I was working all over, kind of in frame over that way. Came across this little gully. I'm back on it. Gold seems pretty consistently sized over here, but the couple pieces that I've picked up have been on the thicker side, so that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to start filming more targets. I haven't worked any of this around here, and it all looks pretty good to me. So let's get up in these quartz piles here, right on the edges of them. That's where the gold seems to be. All right, I love it when this happens. So we just dug that piece of gold there, Reese. Where you see the dirt moved, and there's still something there. Let's get this thing out. Okay, so right where the coil's at was a piece of gold, that was a piece of lead. Tiny little faint target here in the bedrock. Barely there, but I'll dig it out and show you what it is. So I scratched it back a little bit and it's a bit more pronounced now. Getting more hopeful. Piece of lead. Just goes to show why you really got to dig all the targets, right? So lead, gold, lead. If I had dug the two pieces of trash first, you know, still probably would have dug the third one, but would have been discouraged by that point. But yeah, so there you go. Here's a halfway decent sounding target. I like how quick that response is. Ba-doo, 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 right? So that's why I think it sounds good. Let's dig it. Look what just popped out. See it there in the middle? Like I said, they're all about the same size over here, just kind of, they vary on thickness. So, number 5. Okay, I've actually got a few more targets here. So, this is right where I just dug that piece. Right, another target, and then something pretty big there. That's probably trash, but that right here is probably not trash. So let's dig her up. Israel said he was working it in here, but
Yeah, see?
was he?
Right there. Get too much damn interference from your 6,000.
That's a shiny one. A little bit of thickness to it.
Let's see.
There you go, buddy.
Thanks.
He's gonna do the Ray Mills method and just hook it. Found it once, you can find it again.
There you go, buddy.
Just cleaning it up in here. So I never like predicting what my target's gonna be, but that was the last 2 pieces of gold, and after scratching this back just a little bit. That's pretty damn sharp. Started pretty quiet, but that's the bedrock sticking up here, so it's not very deep. There it is. Some bright gold over here. Israel missed it. He decided to start above where my other target was.
Yeah, whatever. Did you put your pick right on top of it?
Says I sabotaged him. Better luck next time. So that's kind of funny. In a previous video, I was digging gold down there at the base of that rock. I don't know, maybe a year ago on the channel, something like that. Well, anyways, swinging under the spot where I threw some of these rocks too. All right, pulled it from there, threw them to there. Whoops, I covered a piece of gold up. That's number 7 or 8. I can't remember. That doesn't matter. We'll count them later.
Hey, stick boy. Steve and I are at the patch that he found. I mean, we've been working in this area for the past 1.5, 2 years. Mike's done really good right down there. So, I'm just going to bounce around today. I'm just feeling in a bouncy mood. Just work low and slow and just kind of walk through areas I haven't really walked through before. See what I can find. Well, Steve's got one.
I thought it was wet at first, dude, but now it's looking.
Oh, dang. 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 Get out of here.
I'm fucking screaming right there, right at the surface, too, dude. Holy shit,
Jeez, dude. Hell yeah. Attaboy.
Yeah, brother.
Oh, man. Well, now we know there's bigger gold here. We've all been digging through here pretty hard and probably walked over this thing. This was right next to his hole
That's how deep it was.
from the other day. It was right there on the surface.
1.5, 2 inches down.
Let's see that thing. Oh, that's all of 4 grams. 3.5, 4 grams.
Nice chunk.
Super thick. Way to go, bud. Bang.
Right on, brother.
That's a nice one, Steve.
Okay, about 1.5 inches deep, dude. Right here, I'll show you this hole right here.
All right, so that little bush right there is where Steve found that 4 or 5 gram or whatever it's gonna weigh. And just below it, looks like he missed the target. Kind of zippy. Let's give that thing a dig. Let's see if we can get it out without needing the pick. Oh, got it out real quick. It's in the pick, or in the scoop. I don't see anything that immediately looks like lead, so that's good. Let's see. Oh! Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. That's a dirty, ugly little piece of gold. I got one you missed, Steve.
What?
I got one you guys missed. Little tiny guy.
What you did?
6,000 is the cleanup machine for after a 7, that's for sure. All right, well, that's number 8, I think. Now kind of hopeful that I can pull some small ones out of here. Rangers. It says gripper on it, I think. So, got G-R-I-P-E-R. The back is not in great shape. It's kind of, there's a piece folding over, getting ready to flake off there. I don't see anything on the backside. But if anybody knows anything about this rivet, post a comment, because I know nothing. But yeah, so let's get to the gold here. Turn that on, zero it out. Let's start with this chunky piece. This is one of the bigger ones I found. Get that away. All right, well, that's heavier than I thought. So I'm gonna say maybe 1.5 grams total here. All right. Oh, okay, so the rest of that doesn't weigh up quite as nicely. 5 grams. And there's pennyweights. Well, you know, it's better than the last couple trips, but hoping for something a little bit larger this year, so maybe that means we need to get out and do some more exploring, but appreciate you stopping by.